My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Curse of the Dead Gods, where I'm actually going to be changing up the blessings a little bit here at the very start of this episode. In particular, you can see that I've already removed everything except for Reptilian Hunger, so I still have my Reptilian Hunger kicking on. So it's going to be even more important that I keep that alive because I'm no longer going to be able to double my money after the champion defeat. There we go, so Charles' Treasures over there. Instead, we've got Tamok's Breath. Whenever an enemy is on fire, he has a 50% chance to be weakened for a short duration. No effect on champions and bosses. And we're also going to take Tamok's Protection. Fire illuminates further, and all damage taken is reduced by a further 20% whilst in the light. The idea here is to try and have a run that very heavily incentivizes me actually using the torch as an aggressive weapon. Let's go for Sishal's Awakening in the Serpent Temple this time, I think. I'm also still going to need to go for gold early on because I'm no longer going to be doubling. Whew. Felt like I'd sat with that blessing set for, maybe a little too long. So it's time to break out of that. And I really do like the idea of things kind of incentivizing me to play with the fire mechanic, because that is something that I use or underutilize. And the best way to make me utilize something is to make that be the optimal way that I play. Because if it isn't, why would I bother focusing on it, you know? That's not like an actual mental process I go through, it's just the feeling I get. So it makes it easier on me in that case. Take out 3. Wander onwards. I never go to the north here, and it's because this one definitely, like, this room has traps in, so I assume it's more valuable than the other room. You know the old saying of, in video games, if you encounter an enemy, it means you're progressing, so if you encounter difficulty, that means you're moving forward, that kind of thing. That's kind of the logic I'm working with there. 1, 2. Yeah, that was a bit early of a roll. Like, that might have been as early as I could have rolled and still safely gotten through that attack. It's just, I don't know their up-close attacks well enough to parry them differently. And I know I would have to. Ooh, plus 30% damage to burning enemies. I mean, that's already going to synergize with what we're intending on doing. I realize that I've intended on doing something and I've done it 0 times so far, but largely the enforcement of that is going to come after we get some sort of a flame weapon. Just because base setting someone alight doesn't really do damage. Got him. Alright. Perfect shot deals damage in a cone behind target. Yeah, it's fine. It does give me another way of clearing out like an area of effect, but the thing is the triple hit on that spin attack is a very good way already of clearing out an area of effect, so it's kind of competing to solve a problem that I've already solved. Ooh. Trying to keep the timer alive! Oh, almost. That's me trying to use different weapons there. Alright, I'll take my plus 6% to max damage. Thank you. Yeah, the spear kills are really, really easy when it's one-on-one. Get to stay at a very, very safe distance. Get to consistently hit crits if I do stay at the right safe distance, so. The benefit compounds, I think, is the most succinct way for me to reference why I like that. Because I think I've explained why I like that kind of thing happening many times over the course of the series, but benefit compounds is probably the most concise. So, of course, as I came up with a concise way of explaining something, I immediately have to... Wow! Deals critical damage to burning enemies. Huh. Wild. As I come up with a more concise way of saying something, I immediately have to repeat it, making it a less concise way of saying that. That's how we do. Awesome. Whew. Okay, we're getting money. I mean, we're printing coin. You mint coin, you print money. Sorry. We're printing money and we're we're minting money and we're printing coin. I've got to make it as perfectly wrong as possible so that it seems intentional for the first one. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Easy roll through both of those. Everything becomes really high tension when I have a high greed modifier, because then I suddenly definitely can't afford to lose it. And then that high tension makes me lose the greed modifier. Now that I've mentioned it, by the way, that greed modifier is doomed. Whoa! We get to keep it for that room. Ooh, plus 2% to base damage for each 10,000, so that's plus 4% right now, but it'll get up to plus 20 easily over the course of this run. Well, actually, maybe not easily over the course of this run, but it'll increase over the course of the run at the absolute least. Okay. Roll. Just have to make sure that I always have an enemy to hit in order to get my timer back. No! Oh! That was actually like the absolute last millisecond I could have used that for. Fire charge attacks and fire combo finishes. Yeah, I have to replace the mace just so that I actually have a source of fire on a weapon. Plus 100% to all healing effects is really impactful. It's just... Wait a second. This strategy doesn't care about Gleaming Sapphire, because I spend the money that I get. You big dummy, buy it. I almost spent my corruption on that so that I could keep a 4% damage modifier. 6% at the time, but still. Opening the fire by making someone weak by using a charged attack for a 50% chance for it to... Well, actually, no. Only for a 50% chance to weaken them is a really, really good way to open these fights. I sequenced that whole sentence wrong. This is where I would have edited that sentence if I'd sent it as a message. I find oftentimes the messages that I have to edit the most are the messages where I, came up with an extra idea or an extra thing that I wanted to add in halfway through the sentence, and therefore none of it makes sense. It's just a giant mess of commas and clauses. And I notice sometimes when I speak, I create those awful, awful sentences. Although I can use my tone in order to kind of, like, make clear what parts are a secondary clause. But writing it is way harder. It's weird, like the same sentence I think would be so much more easily understood said out loud. I think I'll stick with my current spear here. Alright. What do you got for me? Charged attacks deal critical damage. No thank you. I'd rather my charged attacks immediately leave enemies 50% of the time. Weakened. Ooh, sincere offerings. Blood offerings cost corruption, rather don't cost corruption, they cost health instead. I might be able to get down with that. It really depends if I manage to find any healing relics here. Especially if, like, if I find a healing relic that is, like, heal 50% of your max health as you complete a champion or something like that. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Then it'd just be free for us, basically. Although, not significantly useful for the rest of the game. goods. Balls. Right with the world. Woo! -10 to the gold offering cost. That's fine. Yeah, I want to enter up here and see what's on. Gotta make sure that I don't immediately go south after this. No, I probably want to keep a ranged weapon. For tagging enemies to keep the greed kill counter alive, you know? Stop talking about the greed kill counter, Ryan. You're gonna get self-conscious and then you're gonna get nervous. And then you're gonna screw up. That's gonna make you even more nervous. I've had a very high anxiety day already. I don't need anything making me more nervous. I'm fine, thanks. Today was the day for the Wholesomeverse Live. If you're not familiar with the Wholesomeverse Live, by the way, I'll just give you the absolute smallest pitch possible. There's a bunch of friends getting together to play some board games and some party games. It's a good time. We just hang out for 3 hours, streamed on Twitch. It's a lovely time with members of the Wholesomeverse. All right. However, I explained that because the reason I woke up super stressed and then have not been non-stressed since, the second part is, you know, just general administrative stuff that I had to do. There we go. Great. Baited you into that attack. Knew that I could roll out of it. But the first thing is I stayed up late trying to get approval for a sponsored video that should be coming out soon. And as a result, I slept through my alarm for the stream that I'm supposed to be hosting, the Wholesomeverse stream, and I woke up 2 hours into it. But the thing is, I immediately knew that I'd slept through my alarm, and I immediately knew that I was late. 5% of gold offering amount? I mean, it's okay. I immediately knew that I'd slept through it and that I was late. So I woke up, and instantly, a very loud expletive was uttered consistently through the room, and waking up with the energy of I've been awake for 0 milliseconds and I'm already loudly swearing is not a great energy to carry with you through a whole day. That's okay. After I finish work for the day, I'm just gonna relax. Maybe play some Vitamin Connection with Pete, something like that. We're trying to get into playing some of the, just, you know, cute, fun co-op games on Switch. Kind of games I don't really get to play in my own time. Ow! I thought I was just going to be able to walk out of the way of that, honestly. Well, fine. It happened. It's gone. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, but if, yeah, I don't usually ask questions or anything like that, but if you have any suggestions about, especially 2-player, fun, cute co-op games on the Switch, I'd love to hear it. Because we're looking for a couple. Yeah, Shield is really good. Got him. 10% of critical damage also heals you. Oh my god. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that I can pay for with blood. -10 to gold offering cost. No. Heal 5% of the gold offering amount. I'm not going to be doing that. I mean... -10 to gold offering cost, I guess. Also, the condition for this champion dropping their specific weapon is actually being on fire, so we'll see. Might have a secondary benefit for us. Although, unfortunately, fire is not going to be weakening this one. I mean, because fire isn't going to be weakening, I might as well just use my other sword, right? My other sword. My other sword is a spear. Just as a bumper sticker on my sword. Whew. See the kind of gradual healing going on in here. I definitely wouldn't have liked to try and have to keep my greed kill alive in this room. Especially to do that without a ranged weapon at this point, because I dropped my Lamat Great for a shield. Now that would be wouldn't love having to do that. So think of it this way. I tactically lost my greed kill counter beforehand. I know this isn't what happened, but let's just let's make this our headcanon for the series. How about that? I tactically lost it so that I wouldn't get tilted in this fight and take more damage. Ah, see? It's just big brain stats. Not tiny brain plays. What is like big brain strats, but for reflexes? Because I play a lot of real-time games as well as playing, you know, tactics games, deck builders, more slower-placed roguelikes like that. But I do play a lot of real-time games as well, so I don't know what big brain strats are in those kinds of games, because that is usually kind of like mechanical mastery more than necessarily any mastery of the knowledge of the game. Although I guess that's a little bit confused by the fact that those slower-paced roguelikes do consider the things that are big brain plays in them to be mechanical mastery, because they are the mechanics of that game. But what about for the mechanics of a game where it's just about your reaction speed and stuff like that? Yeah, you can make clever plays to like specifically choose to dodge one enemy over another or something like that, but caution plays? I have to ask this because my next question is what's 200 IQ but for muscle memory? $200 tendon strength? I don't know. I'm afraid this is a very unexplored field that I'm going to need. There's going to need to be a whole field of research into this. There's going to have to be a department in every university. It's going to be a whole to-do. But eventually we will discover what the parallel is. Anyway, kill the boss. Didn't light them on fire for the kill though at the very end there. Oops, my bad. Ooh. Plus 1 per point of dex as well as 30% extra damage to elite champions and bosses, plus 30% damage while in darkness and perfect shots pierced through enemies. I love it. 10% critical damage also heals you. Okay, yeah, we're placing the other healing relic. Because now every time I crit with this bow, I heal for 40. I heal for 40% of the damage that the bow does. I don't know if that's okay. I'm not sure that's allowed. So I heal by 17 each time I crit someone right now, right? And that's the aggregate? That's not like one of them individually triggering? Wait, that was 27. Oh, because this enemy is an elite, so I'm dealing 30% extra damage against them. But wait, why is it a whole 10 extra? That's not 30%. Wait, 30% of 17. Huh. That's not 10. Do I have other modifiers here? Ah, yeah, I was in darkness. Solved. All right. Plus base damage for daggers. Remember when this run was about using the fire? Yeah, me too. I don't know, when you get something that says critical damage heals you for 40% of the damage dealt, you kinda gotta lean in. Alright. Gonna carry this bow with me, be very cautious, because I've gotten punked in that room too many times to count. Swing, swing. Why? Oh god, I didn't see it starting that animation. Stop riposting the ever-loving heck out of me. Stop! Room's too stressful. Yeah, I lost my greed counter there. You know what? I'd prefer to lose my greed counter than take damage here. Stop being so predictable. Now, do I actually mean that I prefer to lose my greed counter than take damage here? No, obviously not. I heal easily. Do I need to say that so I feel better as per the thing that I said last episode? 100%. That one's for me. It's one of those commentary lines that isn't for you. Like the... I think we've glitched this enemy by standing in the entrance. This is not the first time I've completely glitched enemies just by standing at the entrance. I noticed it a couple times and I was like, yeah, no, it might be a bug. It probably is. But I was thinking it wasn't going to consistently activate. But now that it is consistently activating, yeah, that probably ought to be fixed, right? 30% damage to fire attacks. I like the idea. But each greed kill removes 2 corruption. Is like, never get cursed again. Won't get cursed again. No. Also comes with a free +7 constitution tacked on the end, which ain't half shabby. I worry that so much of my relic set right now is about survivability. About managing my 2 health bars. My health and my corruption. Okay. Honestly, like the clearing at the very end of all of this, whilst yes, not speedy at all, I was really comfortable with that. Especially for that many enemies with that much health, and also, by the way, all of my weapons are garbage at the moment. This is pretty good. Now we finally get to get our first weapon, though. Sorely needed. I thought that one of these early question marks was going to be a way to get a weapon, but still, I chose a path that, you know, did have weapons on it, responsibly. Okay. No! I tried to parry that one. That's what I get for trying to parry, apparently. Yeah, let's kill the prophetess first. Yeah, that attack is so bad. I always try and roll through it. I need to roll backwards away from the enemy while it happens. Every time I make the same mistake against it, though. Although now I've noticed it, so no more mistakes. I honestly didn't think that those were going to be going off that quickly. Kind of caught me by surprise. And unfortunately, that is going to result in us, yep, taking an extra curse. Because otherwise, I actually would have been able to still manage my curse to be below 100 over the course of this room. perfect. Well, not perfect. Deals plus 20% damage if main weapon's sword. Maybe my main weapon is a sword. Incandescent claws, though. No, I need a powerful fire weapon. After you parry, your main weapon deals critical damage for 2 seconds. No, I can't. Ceremonial does extra damage against burning enemies. No. Oh god, you do need to give me a sword though, is the thing. I can't just use every reroll. Thank you! Oh my god. Whew! Incandescent claws. Good enough. Do I love it? No. Is it gonna be very, very, very goddamn important that I have that weapon? Yes. Extremely. Creeping gloom. You deal plus 10% damage in the light. Oh! But, however, sources of flame are extinguished whenever we take damage. That could actually be a good curse for me, TBH. But it's only good predicated upon the idea that I never take damage somehow, so... good asterisk. Nah. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately lost my Greek counter there as well. The thing is, I used to be able to accept losing my greed counter this late in the game, but now I can't accept it anymore because I'm no longer doubling my money, so I don't end up with a ridiculous excess at any point. Gold offerings remove 5 corruption. Do I take that over 3 decks? No. It's a hard no right there. That's obvious. Like, I've mentioned it before, but I don't like that you have to stand on the very edge of those and sometimes take poison damage in order to ignite them. They're too common a trap to not be solvable with base tools. Because the base tool they're supposed to be solved with, the torch, does not solve them. It opens you up to more damage. I mean, I guess I take that over 2 decks. Wait, no, do I take that over anything else now? No, plus 15 to fire attacks is pretty important. Never mind. It is over that. Okay, no one else here. We're never getting on the final curse. Yeah, I'm not going to take any relics here, I don't think. Okay. So we're not necessarily going to take a weapon from this room, but we'll see. %50 of enemies just being way easier to kill, courtesy of having 50% extra damage taken, is pretty nice. Keep it going. Yeah, I was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place there at that point. You saw the 2 attacks that were coming in. I'd rather take the poison attack there than the corruption attack there. That's at least something I know I can definitely stand by. Alright. Gonna offer me a good weapon? Ooh! Kind of. Yeah, I'll take it. Fire attacks and perfect shots and offhand combo. It scales with dex, which is a little annoying, but hopefully I start, scaling my dex at this point. This is when I want to pivot to having mostly dex anyway, so. Just keep killing. Yes, I saw. There was a comment that told me that the offhand combo. By the way, I think I've seen one comment mention this as well, and this is actually, I've seen a lot of comments mention that I need to use the offhand combos more, but I think I only saw one actually mention the thing that is going to make me start using them. And that is, one comment mentioned that the offhand combo for the pistol is actually a guard break, is a way to get the Plague Bringers out of their shell. Get them to socialize a bit more, you know? Get them to meet someone nice. That said, using offhand combos is definitely something I'm still trying to work into my play. It will take time, much as parrying took time as well. And parrying I'm not even super consistent with at this point either. Like, I get into moods that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna parry everything. I get other moods that I'm like, I'm not gonna parry anything. Okay. Yeah, I was definitely rolling there. Feel free to look at the frames. I'm pretty sure I was like in midair when I took that hit. Yeah, I'll buy it. I have no money going to the final zone. I'm probably gonna go, well, I mean, it really depends on how I go against this boss. So let's actually do the boss first. Ah, don't you dare. No. No, what did I say to you? Whoops, run away. Now the enemy is saying no to me. No. No! God, I was so clear. You really need to learn this lesson one of these days, bud. Oh, never mind. I gotta take no for an answer. Here. And now it's fine to beat on you again. Nah. No! Don't do it again! On roll. Dodge. Dodge. Spin attack. Roll. Roll. Nah. Nah. Do you remember how much business this boss gave me? Wait, is that? Oh, okay, we got the special weapon. Finisher adds 2 spin attacks. Oh, I'm so mad that I can't take this right now. Wait. Oh, come on! It'd be so good. Oh, plus 45% darkness. That's 7 dex as well. Yeah, I have to take that. Look, if this run wasn't specifically designed for, like, fire, I'd take that. Well, but what if I just open with my weapon? Can I just do that? Extra damage against it. Eh, screw it. So I don't really need the Jaguar Claw now anymore, right? Let's do Dex. Because I don't care about the damage that fire does. I'm just using it to try and weaken enemies. I don't love it. I've got to admit, I don't love trading, but I really want to use this weapon, like a whole lot. I'm honestly, like, there's part of me as well that is annoyed on behalf of myself later on having to name this episode, because I already had in my head, episode's going to be called Playing with Fire. I mean, it's the easiest episode, names itself. But I've set up a format recently of whenever I get a champion weapon drop, naming the champion weapon drop in the start of the title. It's not like a dire concern, but it's definitely something kicking around in my head where I'm like, oh no, too many good names for the episode. Yeah, that sucked. I just got completely cornered there. I tried to roll and I actually was incapable. Okay, never mind. I'm taking a bunch of damage right now. And also I'm not critting anything with that weapon. All of that room was horrible. I have a strong sneaking suspicion that it would have been better if I had the incandescent claw still. Alright, well, I can't change what I did in the past, so let's just try and focus on making this work. At this point, whether or not taking this weapon or keeping the incandescent claw, whether or not either was the right play, that's for the episode's, like, summary. That's for that to figure out. For the moment, I just have to figure out how to continue playing and how to possibly give myself the best chance of winning. +1 on your secondary weapon? And 10 constitution. That's 500 max health. It's a lot. Yeah, I'm taking it. I need to make sure that I actually utilize this pistol to open up combats though. But as soon as the combat's opened up, as soon as I have, you know, more than an enemy focused on me, I have to use my sword. Claw, rather, sorry. By the way, thank you to the person in the comments who told me the community suspected method for... Almost. Sorry. It's gonna take me a second here to make sure that I make this map a little easier to handle. There we go. Okay, good. Thank you to the person who told me the community-considered method for getting the champion drop from the second champion in the Serpent Temple. Much appreciated. Although, unfortunately, I have to tell you, I wasn't actually thinking about trying to do that at the time. I was just kind of amused by how easily I was parrying him. Yeah, we're done with weapons, I think. Especially if I can't especially if I can't reroll, but I could have possibly rerolled that. The unfortunate thing here is I still do need this money. So I can't just do the safe thing and avoid the trap room. Although... that's gotta be the closest I could have gotten to avoiding it. Nice. Oh, I actually also do definitely need to use my crits more if I actually want to heal up at all. Extra on fire attacks and extra on dex. Am I scaling with dex on something? I'm scaling with dex on both of my weapons at the moment, actually. Well, that actually kind of does become a little appealing. Wait a second. Yeah, I should never be damaging this enemy unless I'm using a crit right now. There we go. Oh, the plus 100 on the healing effects is going to be important, I think. Too important. But is there anything else I could drop? Greed kills remove 2 corruption. No, I'm going to need to carry that, right, until, like, the very end. So that I can prevent myself from getting another curse. Ugh! Oh, it's a hard relic to leave behind right there. Thankfully, it's lessened by knowing that the first line on that relic basically says nothing. What are you saying? Whoa! Wait a second. Yeah, I need to be critting for the heals. Gotta keep remembering that. Alright. We'll check out the 2 relics and then get stats before the boss, I think. Three. Ah! Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't leave myself with enough stamina to roll out of that, and I didn't get the ability to dash. Alright, we're almost back up on full HP, at which point I think I'll swap back on the weapon. Ah. Okay, so walls actually do block you when you use the charge from the claws. Interesting. I didn't think they did. Alright. Anyone hiding down here need some whoop? Nope. Alright, anyone need some whoop? Holler out. I'll come around and get you. I've been defaulting to the left path this entire time. I'm gonna go, ooh. Traps usually means good. Oh, okay, this is actually just a treasure room I've been ignoring consistently. Oops. Ha! Whoa! I forgot that there were traps in that room. Thank heck I had the stamina to get away from him. Whew. Yeah, I don't know if there is, like, any reason to actually fully explore this room. Well, there is! Oh, there's a secondary path out of here. I don't think I've ever seen this room before. Okay, and we are all good. Never mind. Back to critting time. Alright. And we're all good again. This is gonna be perfect in the boss fight. Oh my god. Back off. Heal up at range. Re-engage. Plus 12 dex. Do I really want that? That's plus 12%, plus 36% damage actually on the Smith & Wesson. But the Smith & Wesson is actually extra high because of the Glyph of Water. I mean, Ring of Purity? Do I really want to Yasta's Pendant right here? You know what? I think I'm probably gonna get another curse before the end of the run. So fine. Getting Ring of Purity though. If it's not going to prevent me from getting the next curse, and it doesn't matter what corruption I have, as long as I don't get another curse after that, I don't really think it's that impactful anymore. It's been enormously impactful over the course of the run, do not get me wrong. Just whether or not it's currently that impactful is another question. Perfect. Uh-oh, 2 paths. Well, this one's obscured behind something. And never mind, it's not a path. That's just a little bit of gold for me. Oh. Yeah, because I didn't light that enemy on fire, I didn't see that they were next to a trap. Dang it. But seriously, that is some very mean placement of a poison. To be like, oh, here's a safe area for nothing up here. And the walkway through to that, all poison. Except for a narrow little bit in the middle. I'm gonna back off just to get a fire attack off, and then another fire attack. Unfortunately has no impact on these enemies at the moment. Extra damage for daggers. This is gonna be, yeah, it's a claw. I don't know why I thought there was even a possibility it would be called subclass dagger. Definitely a claw. Has the claw moveset, looks like a claw, is a claw, has everything in common with claws. Nothing in common with daggers other than got a sharp edge. Yeah, I'm not gonna reroll stats, so we'll reroll here. +1 level on the secondary weapon, again! Oh, but buying that is going to require taking a second curse. The thing is, with it, if I ever step, like, if I just step back from the boss and crit them, I go back to full HP. Yeah, I'm doing it. Dark mysteries. Well, the curses are not known. That's going to be annoying because I am going to get a final curse right before the boss room. My other one is Auric Malediction. I take 25% less damage, but I lose gold for each damage point I take. I'm going to try and get on board and in the right pace of using this weapon more consistently. Okay. Not using this weapon exclusively, but more consistently, the absolute least. Plus 30% damage against Elite Champion bosses. Plus 21% damage for the points of Dex. Plus another 42% damage for the points of Dex. As well as offhand combos deals critical damage. Yeah. Yep. It's a level 5 weapon as well, so it's like just raw numbers are very good. Okay, good. Gotta make sure that I keep my greed kill counter up right now. Exclusively for the reason that it will make sure that I have taken less damage. Okay. We're doing it. We're swapping weapons. We're using offhand combos. We're parrying enemies. Now, we're not doing all of them consistently. You know, it's much later down the line, but we're doing all of them at times. We can have playing badly and parrying. We can have playing badly and offhand combos. Or we could have playing badly, offhand combos, and parrying in any order, sequential or consequential. Sorry, simultaneous or consequential. Simultaneous or sequential, rather. I've screwed this up so many times. If you know the quote, you know the quote, right? Let me start again for those who didn't. We can have bad playing and we can have parrying. Or we can have bad playing and we can have offhand combos. Or we can have bad playing, offhand combos, and parrying, simultaneous or sequential. But what if I just want parrying and offhand combos? See, the bad playing is compulsory. I don't know why I felt the need to quote that. That's another one of the lines that's just for me. If you need another example of a type of line that's just for me in the kind of commentary I do, that's that it right there. I don't even know what this one does. Make me drop a relic or something. I don't want to drop a relic, but at least that would tell me what this is instantly. Okay, hang on, that's a big swing around attack as well. Okay, so what I'm getting so far is there's absolutely no safe space on the map. Perfect. Oh my god. This is gonna sound so dumb when I tell you. I've been avoiding the edges of this map because I just assumed that there was poison there. Did I have any good reason to assume it? No. Did I do it? I just told you. So yeah, it does seem like anytime I kill these, they just get resummoned. So I suspect that focusing on them is not how I meant to do this fight. Although if I just leave one on the board... Calling it a board despite it being like a battle area. Yeah, if I just leave one of them on the board... What? That was about 1 trillion damage right there. Chill, bud, chill. Okay, so it looks like the enemy has the ability to respond to the arm hand being in the ground 2 different ways. Either it can swing out to the side if it suspects you're there. Oh, no, okay, wait, it eats the enemies that stay alive. I have to kill them. Come on. Yeah, I just need to honestly like stay away in perfect shot here to try and heal up. Also, I actually need to stay away from the enemy because then I stay in the darkness and I do extra damage. Whew. Honestly, because this is my second time fighting this boss, and also it really didn't feel difficult as soon as I started walking away from him. Yeah, there's no like, woo, like, I don't gotta yell about it. It was fine. We did it. Whew. Dark Avatar, the Serpent down. That is the long dungeon, the long Serpent Temple dungeon in particular, completed. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Curse of the Dead Gods. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content on the game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.